Hello and welcome to Back to the Roots, a world-renowned urban mushroom farm in Oakland, California. My name is Jared, but tonight in this kitchen, you can call me Chef Gerard. I'm going to show you a nice little recipe with oyster mushrooms and goat cheese. All right, for this recipe, I'm going to use some goat cheese, a lime, some beautiful heirloom tomatoes, and these fresh oyster mushrooms that I've grown myself. Now, it only takes 10 days to grow these things. They grow right out of this little brown box. All you've got to do is open it up, mist it twice a day, once in the morning, once at night. And after 10 days, you've got a beautiful crop of mushrooms. You pluck it off, chop it up, and cook whatever you like. Now, I just harvested my pearl oyster mushrooms. All I've got to do is just cut off the end right here. You see that little bit is the coffee, because they grow on recycled coffee grounds. I'm just going to cut off the end. I'm not going to wash them because I know where they've grown. I've been growing them inside. There's no dirt or anything like that on them. Now for this recipe, I like long, thin pieces because I'm going to make a nice little salad, and this is kind of going to serve as the meat part of the salad. So I want it to be a nice chunk. Just like that, long, thin pieces, and ready to saute them up just for a couple minutes, and I'll throw them on top of everything else. So I put my pan on about medium heat, let it heat up for about a minute. Gonna add some regular olive oil, maybe a tablespoon or two. Let that heat up for a couple seconds because I want to hear this. Perfect, a little sizzle means the pan is ready to start cooking my food. Stir them around a little bit to lubricate them in that oil, and then I'm just gonna let them hang out and get a nice little golden brown color. Now I've got that perfect golden brown color on the mushrooms. I don't want to cook them too long, so I am going to add them to a salad. I want them to be a little bit raw in the middle. So last thing I'm going to do is add a little bit of sea salt just to season them up, and then take them off the heat and start preparing my other ingredients. So I've got my heirloom tomatoes diced, ready to go. I'll add the red and the yellow. And then I'm going to add my mushrooms. A little bit of salt on those for flavor. Now I'm going to add a little bit of goat cheese. I don't want to get too messy, so I'll chop it up first. Dice it up, doesn't need to be too fine. I'm going to add that in. Add a little bit of red chili, because I like a little bit of that heat. Some lime for my sour acid flavor. And a little bit of olive oil, top it off. I'm just gonna stir it around a little bit. Goat cheese will be a little bit difficult to stir around, but a couple spins through there and it should start melting a little bit with the heat of the mushrooms, and the olive oil and lime will start to break it down a little bit too. And then we're gonna put this whole mixture right on top of a nice bed of baby arugula. I've balanced my four main components here. I've got sour with the lime, sweet with the tomatoes, a little bit of that salt, and the spice with the peppers. So it's obviously going to taste amazing. Wow, I've thoroughly impressed myself. And you know what time it is. It's taster time. I think I want a nice taste. Voila. It's amazing. The tomatoes are delicious. It's tomato season. The goat cheese is creamy, little meaty texture with the mushrooms, and I love it. Hope you enjoyed watching how to cook oyster mushrooms and goat cheese. My name is Chef Jared, and I'm right here at Back to the Roots in Oakland, California.